I'm back with another tier list. Today I'll be doing a PlayStation vs Xbox tier list. I'm not necessarily putting them against each other, I'm more just ranking the five main PlayStation consoles and the five main Xbox consoles all together in one tier list. I'm going to be doing these rankings purely off my personal experience, so it's my genuine opinion on what the consoles are. Either I was really young or not even born yet when some of these came out. Some of these rankings may be a little inaccurate to the people who have lived through all of the popular consoles, all of the old consoles. So I apologize for that. But like I said, this is my personal experience based off my what I've seen with my own eyes in the years I've been alive and the years I'm in gaming. We're going to start with the PlayStation lineup first. PlayStation 1 or just PlayStation. Um, I was not alive when this was popular. I'll be completely honest. I'm not in my 30s. I will give it the benefit here because I know this was a huge thing when it first came out. So I'm gonna place it in B tier. I think that's a really good place to put it. What like from my personal experience in my eyes, from what I've heard of it. I've never really got to play it when it was popular, like I said, because I wasn't born yet. So this is going to have to go into the B tier for me. PlayStation 2. One thing I know about PS2 is that it's the best-selling console in history, I think. So that alone bumps it up to an A for me. But also, I've heard a lot of good things about PlayStation 2. Like I said, was not alive when this came out because this came out in 2000. But I've heard a lot of good things about PlayStation 2. It looks like a really nice console. It looks like the quality of gaming just went up super high when this came out. I mean, the difference between PlayStation and PlayStation 2 is crazy. I also like the startup screen of the PlayStation 2. I think that's very iconic. All these are iconic, but PlayStation 2 one in particular for me is it sticks out. For all those reasons, this is going to go into an A for me. I've only played on a PlayStation 3 once in my life, and it was a really long time ago, so I don't know much about the PlayStation 3, but I do know that there are some games that were on the PlayStation 3 that I play now, like GTA and Minecraft and other stuff that I know a lot about. It's going to affect the ranking a bit, but also I've heard a lot of bad things about the PlayStation 3. So for that reason, I'm not going to bump it up to an A. It's not up with PlayStation 2. It's going to get a B for me. I have a lot of fond memories with the PlayStation 4, and I am extremely biased about this console. This is probably my favorite console of all time, excluding the Wii, because this isn't on this list. I might do a separate Nintendo tier list. But the PlayStation 4 is a fantastic console. It was received so well. The PlayStation 4 versus Xbox One debate it was just so juicy. When these were released around the same time, this thing absolutely like destroyed the Xbox One release. I mean, it was crazy. This thing was crazy how popular it got. The PlayStation 4, almost everything about it is absolutely perfect to me, down to the controller, all the way to the games, the quality of the games, the performance of this thing when it came out was immaculate. The PlayStation 4, once you get the years, once it has miles on it, it really starts to die down. The lifespan on this thing isn't that good, but putting that aside, the fact that I've put nearly 6 years into this console, I'm gonna have to put it in S tier. This is my first S tier console. Next is the PlayStation 5. Now this is the one I currently play on and I've been playing on for the past 2 years. The PlayStation 5 is amazing. I love the controller, I love the haptic feedback, I love everything about it, the graphics. It's an amazing console, though it does have some flaws and they're very prominent. Once you start playing on the PlayStation 5, there are very specific things that really you kind of wish carried over to the new console that was on the PlayStation 4. Like for example, a big one was themes. Everyone wants themes on the PlayStation 5. People complain a lot about it not having enough games. I think it has enough games, though I wish a lot of those games could really utilize the haptic feedback more. Um, and the adaptive triggers. I really wish that the games used those more. I feel like that's not really they haven't really been brought to their full potential yet, at least I don't think. Although the PlayStation 5 is a great console, The flaws really stick out. I'm going to put this at an A. Now we're moving on to the Xbox segment of the video. Starting off with the original Xbox console. Now, I'm going to be honest. I don't know anything about this console. Um, Maybe if I did, this would get a higher rating, but for me personally, without doing research, like I said in the beginning of the video, this does not stand out to me at all. The only thing I know about the original Xbox is the starting screen, which I thought was really cool. But other than that, man, I really cannot tell you much about the Xbox. I'm gonna give this one a bit of a safety net and put it in the C, but I could put this lower, personally from my personal experience, but this is gonna have to get a C for me. I'm terribly sorry if this is like your favorite console. I didn't get to play on this at all, so. The next one is the Xbox 360. This is a fantastic console in my eyes. This was one of my favorite things to play on. The Xbox 360 holds a special place in my heart because this was the first big console that I got to play on and actually enjoy. I have a lot of fond memories with this thing, down to playing Goat Simulator with my friends to Minecraft Story Mode when it first came out. Like that was a huge deal for me. I love the Xbox 360 controller. I love how it feels in my hand. I haven't really brought up the controllers much in this list, so I apologize for that, but the controllers are a big part of these rankings. I haven't really been specifying. I apologize for that, but yeah, the controller on the Xbox 360 is absolutely amazing. I had the limited edition like Star Wars R2-D2 one, which could also be a biased thing, but Xbox 360 for me is going to get an S tier. Alright, so this might be a little controversial, but the Xbox One is not going to get a high ranking because PlayStation 4 destroyed this thing in the release, like I said before. This did not get nearly as much sales as the PlayStation 4 did, and I'll be honest with you, the Xbox One, from seeing unboxing videos of it, it came with so many cords. This console was humongous. This thing was way too big. Just for that, it gets knocked down. Xbox One gets a solid C for me. Now, the Xbox One X or the Xbox One S, both of them, I'm ranking them both, are fantastic consoles. These are way better than the original Xbox One. From the storage to the look, they're slimmer, they're nicer. You can get them in white or black. The performance is crazy on these things. I mean, these are still compared to the best consoles today. Even the graphics, you can play some games like Forza Horizon 5 on these consoles. That game looks amazing, even on this console, on the Xbox One X or the Xbox One S. Amazing. These are just like upgraded versions of the Xbox One, but the upgrade is so profound that I needed to make a separate ranking for this. These consoles get an A for me. Last but not least, the Xbox Series X and S. These are also fantastic consoles. I think these are just as good as the Xbox One S and X. I think that the only thing that takes away from this being an S tier is the design of the consoles. I'm not a huge fan of the new looks of these. I think the Xbox One X looks like a refrigerator, rightfully so. I mean, there literally is one based off of the console. The Xbox Series S is very small. Like, it is very small. It gets very hot. It's very convenient because it's portable. I was kind of underwhelmed with how they didn't change the controller. I know a lot of Xbox players liked that because they were used to the Xbox One controller, but personally, as a PlayStation player, I was kind of bummed out by that. Um, I haven't really changed my viewpoint. I think PlayStation is just the better choice. I'm not trying to start a war or anything, but Xbox Series X and S have the graphics are amazing. I mean, it's the same graphics that you'd see on like a PlayStation 5. It's on the same wavelength as the PlayStation 5. So these also go into an A tier for me. With all that out of the way, this was a really fun one. I absolutely enjoyed looking back on the memories of these consoles and how they affect these rankings. I hope you can respect these. If not, then it's fine, but that's the whole point of opinions, right? Not everyone agrees. Let me know if you want to see another one. I will be doing these a lot, actually. I have a couple more tier lists planned. I'll see you guys in the next one.